My name is Aiting, the Director of MAHA Food Sendirian Berhad. Before we go into MAHA export business, I would like to give a short brief introduction about MAHA Food Sendirian Berhad. MAHA is a food processing company that produces halal, hygienic, and high-quality manufactured food such as burger patty, sausage, and many others. The concept of halal has successfully won the confidence in Malaysian domestic market, and now MAHA has become a first choice among Malaysian Muslim consumers. In the past few years, MAHA found that the world economy today is more to integrated global economic system. The development of technology and the lower trade barrier has made the global market easier to reach. Globalization of market that merging separate national market is a new opportunity for MAHA to increase sales and lower cost per unit. Therefore, MAHA management team that consists 8 of us decided to expand our market to overseas. Halal Food Sendirian Berhad mission is to produce halal, clean, and high-quality manufactured food to our consumers. And our vision is to expand halal food market over the global. Before we go deep into MAHA halal export business, we would like to let you know which country is our first step to expand our global market.
My name is Dirga Yusandika Pratnya, metric number 258209, and now I'm going to tell you about our group country screening and product decision that we have concerned. Country screening. The country that we choose to export is Sri Lanka, and there are 5 main factors that we choose Sri Lanka as our target market. First, consider about the relation between Sri Lanka and Malaysia started since a long time ago due to the trade activities of Sri Lanka within Southeast Asian nation. Trade between Malaysia and Sri Lanka keep increasing from year to year. Second, Malaysia and Sri Lanka, both countries are members of Commonwealth nation. With the help of Commonwealth nation, trading among Commonwealth nation may be more easy and flexible. Third, Sri Lanka's GDP in terms of its PPP is second only after the Maldives in the South Asian region. Fourth, opportunity on Muslim community. Out of total 22 million population, Muslim population in Sri Lanka is around 2 million, or it contributes to 9% of the population. Fifth, Sri Lanka put great importance to education. The country is said to have a literacy rate of 92%, which is the highest in South Asia as well as one of the highest in Asia. And about 24% of the population speak English fluently. The product decision. Our group has decided to export halal chicken patty to Sri Lanka. This is because the fact that our team has found. First, chicken is the most consumed source of animal protein among meat consumers in Sri Lanka. Secondly, since our product is utilized as fast food industry, we have found also that fast food industry has become an important industry in Sri Lanka during the past few decades, especially in urban area. And lastly, we have seen an opportunity in halal food industry, as Malaysia provides one of the most globally recognized halal certification.
Hello everyone, I'm Satri Anandi. My metric number is 252085. So first of all, I'm going to explain you about the product specification itself. We are having our product name, which is a halal chicken patty from our company. And second of all, is all about product description, explaining briefly about what we are going to sell. And also third of all is all about product ingredients and also the nutrition fact of our product. So as you can see from here, this is our nutrition facts of our chicken patty to make sure we are tangible ingredients to make sure the customer can understand what we are putting into our chicken patty. And second of all is all about the product safety, so to make sure like we are keeping our food halal and also we are not containing any bacteria. We are having 4 things that the customer or maybe the deliverer should know about this to make sure like we can keep our product safe in terms of hygiene and also halal. So actually halal is one of our biggest selling point in our chicken patty. So to make sure we can get our certification, so we are going to collaborate with JAKIM or Islamic Department in Malaysia to make sure we can get a halal certification from them So why we are needing this? Because first of all, we need to make sure our food is proven shouldn't contaminate with blood or maybe with the another faces from the animal. Conclusively, our hygiene and halal is very important for us and also is our biggest selling point in our food. So in terms of the packaging, so actually we are going to have a common packaging, which is we have a primary packaging, secondary packaging, and also third is tertiary packaging. So first of all, it's all about primary packaging. What is primary packaging? It's all about how we can package our chicken patty with plastic wrap to make sure it can be safety. And then second of all, it's all about secondary packaging. Secondary packaging is important to make sure we can wrap up the whole chicken patty in a grouping package. And then third of all is about tertiary packaging. So actually tertiary packaging is all about how we can make sure our product is very covered from any dangerous. In terms of labeling, our chicken patty will be having three main labels that we are going to put. So first of all, it's all about our logo and also our tagline to make sure the customer can know who we are and also what we are selling. And second of all, it's all about nutrition fact and also product ingredients. Why? Because we need to make sure the people can know what we are putting in our chicken patty and also how many grams that we are putting into the chicken patty. And then third of all, it's all about halal certification. Halal is our biggest selling point. So to make sure promotion is going well with our biggest selling point, we need to make sure we can have our halal choke within the product itself.
Export market selection. Market selection is defined as opportunity assessment process which selects foreign market to compete with. It is very important step for a company to expand his business and become more global. Although Sri Lanka's poultry industry has expanded, but it is very difficult to find certificated halal food in Sri Lanka. So, we decided to export halal chicken patty to Sri Lanka. MAHA is using two strategies. Firstly is spreading strategy. To enter new fast-growing or decreasing markets, we are more prefer spreading strategy. It is because it will help the business to get a sufficient selling volume and maintain a steady volume. Secondly is expansion strategy. Entering a new market requires some minor change in the production process to conform the products to the new country specifications and regulation. MAHA just needs a small amount of fixed investment to enjoy lower cost advantage. MAHA also will use light advertising such as internet and social media to promote our halal chicken patty with low budget advertising. MAHA rely on single market that helps the business able to focus in manufacturing and marketing.
So now we're going to move to the market entry strategy. As mentioned before, the company will export the halal chicken patty to Sri Lanka, and we decided to direct exporting the product to Sri Lanka. Direct exporting simply means the company sells its product directly in the chosen global market. In this case, we choose Sri Lanka. This strategy can build connection with customer very well and help the company internationalize in a foreign market without significant investment. As our company is about starting the global market and amount of export is low, this is the most suitable strategy that we can use. There are also some advantages of this strategy, and one of it is the company can regulate all legal action of manufacturing, like the facilities, then avoid the risks that related to the production abroad, like poor production standard and use of child. The next one is about export entry mode. As mentioned before, MAHA Food City Berhad chose export method because low cost and low risk. Since the company has selected direct exporting as market entry strategy, in which under the direct exporting, the company prefer home country based department as the direct export alternative. That means we build an export department in the home country. The company have decided to choose built-in export department. Again, as we are new to the business, so this thing is the simplest and the easiest form to export business. However, we also face some difficulties, such as the staff of the domestic department is not having enough experience or knowledge to address issues related to the foreign market, and maybe from the other department's personnel who are not under his control. the export manager may not get the cooperation. In this case, our management team will build a harmony MAHA culture between the domestic and export department, and also provide training to those domestic staff to have more knowledge about our target market in Sri Lanka.
Okay, I will continue with the part of pricing decision. Firstly, MAHA need to evaluate the competitor price at Sri Lanka in similar product. Therefore, MAHA will equal the market price of even under price of the halal frozen product in order to gain market share. Secondly, MAHA has to decide the price to secure the maximum income. Therefore, MAHA will determine the cost to make sure the price set for the Sri Lanka consumer is able to earn profit. At last, MAHA marketing department also need to be aware on the regulation that affect how the price are set in the Sri Lanka. MAHA will make sure the pricing decision of halal chicken patty follow the Sri Lanka price regulation to prevent the break of law. Okay, for the next part is promotion and marketing strategy. MAHA decided to focus on advertising and sales promotion as our promotion and marketing communication strategy. MAHA decided to place the advertisement on internet and social media to attract the audience. Next, MAHA decided to do the sales promotion after halal chicken patty enter to Sri Lanka market. For example, 50% discount for the second box and do the sales promotion like buy 2 free 1.
Let's talk about the export budget of MAHA company. MAHA company attach a great focus on export budget because export budget is an essential part when a company start to export a product and in order to make the money of company more effectively. Therefore, MAHA company will make an export budget for 3 years duration, include capital expenses, income statement, and cash flow. In the export expenses, that include the staff expenses. Because it needs more staff to manage the export activities, MAHA company will recruit more talent that expert in international business and they can communicate well with the customers, intermediaries, and the third-party logistic company to ensure the performance of MAHA company. Besides that, export resource is also one of the main expenses to MAHA. To optimize the capability of export staff, MAHA will expand a new office for export department. Export and marketing is also an expenses that should be considered at the export budget in MAHA company for promoting the chicken patty in Sri Lanka. Next is the export logistics. Export logistics is also an expenses of MAHA company. Since Mahala chicken patty is going to export to Sri Lanka, so there should be passed through many modes of transport such as water transport, air transport, and road transport. When halal chicken patty reach Sri Lanka, the halal chicken patty will be distributed to a specific location by the third-party logistic company that have contract with MAHA company. This table shows the capital expenses for MAHA company. In year 1, MAHA company will purchase a total 75,000 ringgit Malaysia asset. Next, this is income statement. MAHA expects that the sales in year 1 is 500,000 ringgit Malaysia and it will increase until 800,000 ringgit Malaysia in year 3. After the tax of income 6% is deducted, the income increased from 97948 ringgit Malaysia in year 1 to 321198 ringgit Malaysia in year 3. Next, this is the cash flow of MAHA company. The cash flow of MAHA company is also increased from year 1 to year 3. Export financing is a transaction related to a specific contract, usually between an importer and exporter, but it may include a specialist importer or exporter bank. MAHA will use factoring. This is because the partial payment can be received within a day or 2 of shipment, and the creditors can issue credit terms to customers who may not have been willing to extend open account terms due to the credit worthiness concern of the buyers. MAHA is just allowed Sri Lanka use two methods of payment, which are prepayment and letter of credit. In prepayment method, MAHA will not ship the product to the buyers before they pay. This prepayment will be used because of there is no risk for MAHA company. Next is letter of credit. Letter of credit is a document issued by a bank to another bank on behalf of the importer promising to pay the exporter as a guarantees for payment made under specific condition. The buyer needs to pay the issuing bank the amount of the letter of credit and the associated fees. Due to the payment is issued by a bank, it is probably a little or none risk to MAHA in order to avoid any loss from the trip of the buyer.
Okay, now I'm going to present the export procedure. Firstly, the exporter MAHA Food Syria Berhad will send a sample and price list of halal chicken patty to the importer Sri Lanka. MAHA will provide the samples with free of charge. If Sri Lanka requests for pro forma invoice, MAHA will send pro forma invoice to Sri Lanka. After that, Sri Lanka will arrange financing through the bank and the bank will send a letter of credit to MAHA. MAHA's bank will be notify MAHA when the letter of credit is received. MAHA will arrange transportations to export the goods to Sri Lanka. Besides that, MAHA also will prepare the documentation. After that, MAHA will ship halal chicken patty to Sri Lanka and MAHA will present documentation to the bank for payment. Sri Lanka will deliver the chicken patty to his warehouse when they receive chicken patty at custom after clearance.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good day to you all. My name is Rafli Muhammad Bayu. I want to talk to you about the export risk of the MAHA company to exporting chicken patty to Sri Lanka. There are 4 export risks that MAHA company have to face. The first one is raw material. Raw material is very crucial in the production of halal food. The manufacturer have to maintain the purity of the raw material that used to produce the halal food. The second risk is production. In producing chicken patty for MAHA to export to Sri Lanka, they have to maintain the quality of the product by the production process. And in the production process, there are some ways that food can be contaminated by the non-halal substantial. The cleanliness of equipment, and also MAHA have to maintain that the equipment is not contaminated by the non-halal substantial. The next one is service. MAHA have to bear the risk of the human error in the process of supply chain. The next one is logistic. And then in this logistic, there are some percentage to the halal food can be contaminated by non-halal substantial. So it is also required for the vessel that carrying this food to be cleaned to make sure that the substantial of the non-halal cannot be contaminated the halal food itself.
The chance of success for MAHA to export halal chicken patty to Sri Lanka is depend on the situation and the strategy that MAHA takes. The international trades rise because of the demand of one product from another country. The points that MAHA should highlight for making the success of exporting the chicken patty to Sri Lanka is planning. MAHA have to know the planning, MAHA have to know the knowledge, MAHA have to bear the commitment, and then MAHA have to build the relationship with the consumer.
Halal, hygienic, and high quality is a main selling point of MAHA halal chicken patty. Therefore, halal certification is very important. Labeling and packaging that emphasize on halal can be a good marketing method to attract Muslim consumers. MAHA will also focus on export delivery process to ensure halal chicken patty food security. We are confident that MAHA will success in exporting halal chicken patty to Sri Lanka since Malaysia is experienced and have adequate knowledge regarding to halal matters. Thanks for watching.